Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's going to be something a little different. I told you guys I was going to get into more doing aerial stuff and then also doing some boats and things like that. So this is going to be another introduction to doing that. You guys know I don't fly planes that much, but this is going to be something from DEERC. So I'll put a link in the description. You can get this for about 60 bucks or so. And if I get some coupon codes, I'll definitely put that down in the description. But you guys see some of the specs there. It does have a jar for automatic stabilization. 2.4 gigahertz is a 3-channel radio and stuff within a high capacity lithium battery. So you do get 2 batteries and stuff with this. And this is pretty much ready to fly. So if you or your kids or son, daughter trying to get into this, or you want to do something fun with the kids, I think this will actually be something good. So let me go ahead. Let me crack this open real quick so we can take a look and see what we got inside. All right, opening this up, this is what you have here. So you have the plane kind of laid out. You got some instructions, which I'm going to go through in just a second. But this is going to be the plane here. Now, with the radio, you do need 3 AAA batteries. So know that when you get this, it's not double A's. It's going to be 3. I went ahead and opened this up. There's going to be a little screw on the back, but they give you a Phillips head screwdriver to take that off. But it is 3 AAA's to uses to get this radio working. And this is going to be a look at the plane. So it does have 2 propellers here on the back of it. And I'll probably just go ahead and fire it up. And then the battery goes in that component underneath the bottom of it. And it does come with some landing gear you can put on here too. And this is going to be, of course, the wing for it. You're going to mount this literally right here. But before you do that, they do give you some glue. And in the instructions, it says just put some glue there. And then place the wing down up in there and let it set for just a bit, and that should get dried up. So I'm probably going to go ahead and do that while I'm shooting this video, because I'm going to get this out and get this flying in just a minute. And here's going to be the batteries it comes with. So it does come with 2 batteries and then a charger, USB charger to plug up to charge these batteries up. And then they do give you a couple extra things, a few propellers with it, a spare set of those. And that's going to be the landing gear and stuff for it there. And of course, like I said, this is the screwdriver. That's a little screw that goes on the back of the radio there. So let me go ahead. Let me put a little glue on the back of this and get this sealed on here. And then look at these instructions to figure out how this radio is going to work. I think this is going to be for the lift and stuff for it. But let me go ahead and get all this configured together real quick. And then we'll see what we got. All right, guys, and you see that installation there for the wing. It's fairly simple, and they give you tons of extra glue for that, but it only takes about maybe a few seconds to put that. I'm going to let it dry for about an hour or so, but they give you tons of extra glue. So this is going to come in real handy for other projects and stuff I do as well. So you guys see there with the landing gear installed, it's pretty simple. You guys see that little pin. You're just going to squeeze it with your thumb and index finger and push that down in those slots that are there for the landing gear for the front. And then also for the rear. And then once you get that installed and you plug the battery, and you guys see this is kind of flashing there. So this is, of course, a look at the remote. And to get this started, you guys see there, it talks about the functionality and stuff of it. And then once you plug it in. But this is going to be right here, the instructions for this. So, of course, it says turn the aircraft on. Go ahead and plug that in. You guys see that that's flashing green there. And then we're going to turn this on. It says pull the throttle rocker of the remote control to the bottom and turn on the remote. So we did that. Let's pull it all the way to the bottom. And the indicator of the remote is a light indicator light of the remote is flashing. And then it says push the throttle rocker to the top and then pull it to the bottom. So we push it to the top and then pull it to the bottom. And you guys see there, those lights stop flashing for us. So we're pretty much good to go with that. Okay, and then once that's synchronized up, you guys hear that there? So we'll probably end up flying off the table at some point in time. And looking at the functionality of this, I'm not going to do too much. I don't want this to fly off the table while I'm in here. But to show this to you guys real quick, before we take this out for a quick, probably 2 or 3 minute test flight, some of the functionality there of the radio. So you guys see there, you have 1 key rolling. You have, of course, the power switch. This is going to be LED light here on the far right. So that turn those lights on and off, and that's going to be that functionality there. And this says drop and rise and then left and right. So, oh, it's kind of trying to fly away from it some way. I knew that was probably going to happen. left and then right. So you guys see that kind of turning there with that. And that's going to control those rudders in the back of it. You guys see that there? So as we're flying, going left and right, we can go up and down with that. And this is going to be the throttle for it. So that's going to be the basis of this. This takes all of 3 to 5 minutes to get together. The charging is going to take maybe about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, but I went ahead and I charged up both batteries. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's take this out for a quick flight. All right, so what you guys are seeing here is a kind of a no edited flight. I wanted to show you how this flew without trying to make it like a commercial or something like that, because a lot of people, they come to my channel because they want to see the stuff as it performs, and that's kind of what I'm showing you here. Now, it took me just a little bit to get used to this, and you'll see towards the end, because it is a stick channel radio. I haven't had a 3-channel stick channel radio in a while, and especially flown a jet or anything like this, but it flew well. The gyro and everything that was in it operated well enough for me to be able to keep this stable. But I do caution to go out to a large field, because I did take this up pretty high. Bug got on my neck, ended up kind of slapping the bug or whatever, and then I actually crashed straight down. And when I crashed straight down, that's what you'll see in just a second, that I did break the nose off of it. And you'll see that in just a second right there. But I still took it out and it still flew. That's what impressed me. And you can use the glue that you get with it to literally put that back together, and that's just what I did as I was editing this video and uploading it, and it's just like one piece again. So I have to take it back out, maybe do another test flight at some point in time, maybe give it to a kid to go out there and fly it too as well. But like I said, I wanted to show this to you kind of unedited. I could zoom in, do this and that, put some music behind it, and make it like it's this super flamboyant thing, but I wanted to show you in its raw, natural environment. There wasn't any wind. I think it was about 5 to 6 miles per hour, and this was outside, so it flew well. When the battery started dying a little bit because that nose is off, it did use more power, and you'll see towards the end it kind of it wouldn't stay up in flight because it did use more power because of that nose being on. But I think I got about 10 to 12 minutes of flight on this here. And you guys, like I said, this is flying without the nose on. I wanted to get at least a little bit of footage so you guys can see if the nose does break off, that it's still able to fly. And I was trying to do some stunts there, but without the nose, it wasn't doing the best in the world. But there's going to be a link below in the description. Stay tuned to the end of this video, because I'll give you guys some of my final thoughts on this. All right, y'all, so summing this up real quick, this was easy to fly. You just need to get a big open field. You need to be used to the controls. It's been a while since I've used the stick control or anything like that. Now, this broken piece right here can easily be reattached on or re-glued back on with the glue that you give with it. But you guys saw there that it still flew even with that broken nose on the front of it. And this only broke because I was I was higher than those light posts. You guys ever been to a soccer field or something like that? You guys know those are high. And I tried to do a trick maneuver and it just came straight down. I actually didn't even get that too much on camera, but that's how high it was for it to come down and break. Because I did crash it a couple of times and it didn't break, but this on that last one it did. But so far so good. And you get 2 batteries with this and it still flies without the front nose on it as well. You just have to get a little bit more on the throttle there with that, which is fine. So there's going to be a link in the description if you guys want to check this out. Just make sure, I can't caution this enough, make sure you're at a big open field where there's no trees or anything. If it's your first time flying, kind of get used to the flight control of it. You want to launch it in your hand like you guys saw me do there, and give it a little throttle when you're launching it from your hand. And then from that point, it's going to be pretty easy. Just keep it on probably mild. As far as the throttle and everything goes, you can always kind of increase that for more speed and stuff. So anyway, guys, don't forget to put your comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. As always, I appreciate you watching.